farther down the rabbit hole. My name is Paula Gloria, and I have a guest with me, Paula. So thank you for joining me on the show.
Hi, Paula.
So I understand you have some adventures with ozone and Kundalini, and that's something
right.
my viewers are very interested in.
That's right. Okay, well, yeah, I just said I wanted to tell it one way, but now, okay, I'm gonna tell it a different way. So, as you know, I've been battling Lyme for 20 years, and I've been treating myself with ozone for the last year on a daily basis. And I was noticing over all the time changes in me. Not only physical changes, positive physical changes, that all the symptoms of the condition went away, like the arthritis, the pain all over my body, the achiness, the stiffness, the neurological symptoms like the anxiety, the antisocial behavior, all that. But the more all those symptoms went away, the calmer I became. And what I noticed over the last, 3, 4, maybe 5 months was this. I was in such a good mood. I would have days where I would just live in this euphoria kind of state. But what I was also experiencing was a kind of pressure on my head, okay? I would walk down the street or lie in bed or just sit on my couch, and I was feeling this pressure, alright? And I was just I could just sit there and just be happy, and there was something was happening.
I think you told me and Richard about that pressure.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, and also I would lie in bed and I would feel this kind of movement in my head, like this, alright? And I did not know what it was. I thought maybe it was like the remnants of the Lyme bacteria that are still
swimming around. Can you explain to people who don't know what Lyme is, that they would be swimming around?
Lyme is a bacteria. It's a spirochete, which it's mostly transmitted through tick bites, but there are recent reports which say that it can also be transmitted from person to person through sexual contact, or the mother can give it to her child, or through fleas also, or through other smaller bugs and insects.
But a person with Lyme can actually feel it in their body?
Well, you feel it through symptoms. The most common symptoms are neurological symptoms like depression, like states, kind of a brain fog, antisocial behavior, autism-like behavior, anxiety, panic attacks, and the physical symptoms are mostly arthritis or lack of energy. Your muscles are not as strong, chronic fatigue, that kind of stuff.
A lot of people have those symptoms, but it's not necessarily Lyme's.
Yes.
So it's hard to diagnose?
It's, well, you can test it, but tests are very expensive, and it has to be a special kind of test, and very good test, because there are also bad tests and good tests. So it's very common that people get tested and it turns out negative, only to find out years or even decades later that they got tested with the wrong test and was a wrong diagnosis. So
does a test show critters?
Sorry.
We can pause. Should we pause? You want to get that?
No.
Okay. Does the test show little critters?
I don't know exactly how the test works, but well, you can see the critters, but they're very, very small critters, so you have to have a very strong microscope see them.
When you showed me them on YouTube, those under a strong microscope, I was astonished that you felt that you could feel them.
Yeah.
They would rush from one side of your body to another according to the therapies that.
Yeah. Well, with time, you get so tuned into your body and the feelings, the different sensations in your body that you realize that there's something a foreign particle in your body.
When you interviewed Heather, I don't remember you asking her about feeling the little things in her. But would she, or did I not listen to it carefully?
I don't think so, because her symptoms, she says, were purely neurological. Purely neurological. And that's how it started with me, too.
I see.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to believe you'd be antisocial.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the backstory, and now, I was having all those positive reactions, right?
And what kind of ozone? How were you getting ozone into your body?
I was getting my ozone to my body through any means possible.
Okay.
There are different protocols how to put ozone to your body, and I was doing all of them. I would do like mix up different protocols on one day, or I would do a combination of different protocols, or I would do one protocol. I would go through periods, but I would always, every day, I would do at least one ozone application.
For viewers who don't know anything about ozone, what's an ozone protocol?
So an ozone protocol can be an ozone sauna, where you sit in a box. There's steam introduced into the box. The steam opens your pores, and at the same time, ozone goes into the box. And so through the open pores of your body, the ozone can enter your body, and it saturates the fat, the muscle tissue, the lymph, the blood. Yeah, so that's one way how to introduce ozone to your body. Or you can drink ozonated water, or you can insufflate your ears, or you can insufflate your vagina, or you can
for those that have one.
For those that have one, you can insufflate your rectum. You can also do penile insufflations.
You're kidding.
Yes. But I heard that.
You mean, no, you're not kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. Yeah. Yeah,
that
but
seems
it's
a
not
pretty
very
delicate operation.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of operations, doctors in how many states are allowed to give injections of ozone?
Right now, I think around 14 in the United States.
14 states, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think injections is the most powerful way to get ozone into your body?
It is a very powerful way, but it really depends what you treat, It's really, with ozone, it's really important that you choose the right protocol for the right affliction.
Now, what I learned from you was consistency, is that you really needed to flood your body with ozone and to have like a routine set up. So even if you were doing injections with the doctor, if you only saw the doctor once a week, it might not be as effective as, say, drinking water every day.
Right, because if you have something as serious or so-called incurable, like cancer, or some say that even Lyme is incurable, then you have to just tackle it as aggressively as the condition that you have.
I see.
So once a week won't do it.
Even if it's injections?
No.
Yeah, okay.
By the time you repeat it, whatever good the ozone has done, it will be gone by the time you do it next time.
Okay, so I just wanted to review that groundwork for people who didn't know what ozone was, because you said you were feeling happy and this pressure.
Right.
And so you'd been doing the protocol for how long?
For a year.
A year?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think a little less than a year, maybe 11 months.
You also told me that when you were a bartender, and you were a really good bartender, you could mix really good drinks, and you'd have to taste the drinks.
Right.
And that because of having limes,
Right.
Do you
Right.
include
So
this
I think-
experience into your year, even though you were doing the ozone?
Right. I think that actually the fact that I was bartending, and so I would always have to taste a little bit of the drinks. So because of that, I think my recovery actually slowed down because of that. And if I did not have the small but kind of regular intake of alcohol throughout the time, I think my recovery would have been even faster.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So how long were you completely alcohol-free along with all of the ozone?
Let's see. I would say since 4 months or so.
4 months, okay. Great.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I'm satisfied that everybody's on the same page here.
Okay, so I've been into the Kundalini and Kunlun and chakras and awakening and blocking chakras for quite some time. I don't even know why or how, it just kind of was happening over the time. And I was always reading about, okay, you need to unblock your chakras and then you will feel enlightenment, and you will trigger the powerful Kundalini energy. But I was like, okay, awakening, unblocking chakras, that's fine with me, but how the heck do you do this? Okay, so I went on meetup.com last night, okay, and I typed in Kundalini awakening, and this group came up this morning, 10 a.m. in Brooklyn. Okay, fine. So I said, okay, let's try this. Okay, and so I set my alarm, and
for the Kundalini awakening time, which was what time?
For the Kundalini awakening, which was 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay.
Well, the meeting was 10, but I set the alarm at 9.
Okay.
And so the alarm rings, I wake up, but then I say to myself, okay, let's give it another 15 minutes. Okay, and the 15 minutes. Go up, and like I was sleeping on my right side, okay, and then I feel a bolt in my body, like basically it was like something just turned me around like this, okay, and
in bed?
Yes, where I was lying in bed, like after
even
the
before
15...
you went to the...
Yes.
Ah.
So by that time I already knew that I should listen to such signs. So I said, okay, I guess I have to get up. So I got up, I went there, and it was a group of, let's see, I think 6 or 7 people, and one of the people there, a woman, she was kind of the guiding person. She was
facilitator, kind of.
She was telling us what to do, basically. And what we were doing is we were, through breathing and visualizing activities, we were opening up one by one all the chakras, and it was awesome. It was just totally awesome.
What was it like? What was the first compared to the second, compared to the third, and were other people in the room experiencing the same thing? Okay,
I don't really know what the others were experiencing, besides this one woman who afterwards said, wow, that was great too. But the others, I don't know. But okay, what was happening while we were doing this was we first started with the heart chakra, right? And she told us to close our eyes, so we were sitting all there with closed eyes, and while we were concentrating on the heart chakra, I realized that all of a sudden I started smiling and my body started to move like this. And first I thought, oh my god, this is so weird, I felt kind of stupid, sitting like this and moving like kind of a mentally retarded person.
Were other people doing that?
I don't know, because I had my eyes closed all the time. And I thought, and first my impulse was to suppress it in order not to look like a mentally retarded person, right? But then I thought, hold on a second, we might be onto something here, right?
Go with the flow.
Right. So I just let it happen, and I was all the time. I was sitting like this, and with a smile, like an idiot, right? Smile like this, all happy. I had no idea why, but okay. So the shaking went on, and we were then progressing through all the chakras, and all the time I was like shaking, and like how would you describe this kind of movement?
Swaying.
Swinging.
Sway. What would you say in German?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Because you wonder if some of the Sufi dances is talking about that.
Oh.
That there's these primordial rhythms.
And so by that time I remembered what I was reading about other people experiencing Kundalini, and that they get into those movements that get triggered spontaneously, and I realized that was it. That was the sacred serpent, moving in my spine. So I was sitting there with a smile, and I thought, oh my God, if one of them opens their eyes and sees me there smiling, from ear to ear, they're gonna think I'm making fun of them, right?
Oh, you thought that?
Yeah.
Were you worried about that?
But no, it was just a thought, and I thought, hey, I'm just gonna let it happen,
and you didn't even peek to see if other people.
No, I did not. No.
Yeah,
so,
I'm like that too.
Yeah, and so hold on, what happened afterwards? So we progressed all the chakras, and
did you see different colors for different chakras?
Well, I knew the different colors of the different chakras. So when she said, and she was also saying, like visualize a flower, a pink flower or a green flower in your heart chakra. So I visualized the green, and the throat chakra, the blue, and so on. So I saw the colors. And so she first started with the heart chakra, then throat, third eye, and the crown chakra. And then she went back and we opened the lower chakras into the root chakra, right? And she said the root chakra, she described it, among other things, as the magma, the core of the earth, right? The red
like
heat.
The lava that comes out of the volcano.
Right. And I really liked that. And I felt while I was doing this that there was something going down my legs, and my feet started to tinkle.
Feet?
Yeah. and I, because I had both my feet on the ground, right?
Uh-huh.
I was sitting like this. And so we went back, okay, and I'm still swinging. Oh, another thing that happened is she said to breathe in, and while you're breathing in, to let the flower, the heart chakra open. And I kept breathing in, and I did not have any desire to breathe out, right? And I thought,
I'm gonna pop.
I thought I'm gonna pop, I thought at some point I have to breathe out because I have to breathe, I was like concerned, like why is this happening? What's happening here, But I thought then, hey, let's see how far I can go with this, how
You
far I
decided to
can
go with it.
Right? What?
You just decided to go with it.
Yes. And while I was doing this, I realized that the swinging became more, the frequency was getting more faster, okay? Like before I would swing, and then I was swinging like this, okay?
When it got faster, did you feel like you were nourished for getting the breath that you were normally getting through an inhalation that wasn't happening? Did you feel that intense swaying was satisfying your need for air?
I don't know. It felt kind of unnatural, because I just kept on gulping for air, but it was not like gulping because I was dying, but because
A
it
reflex.
just wanted, yeah, it was a
reflex.
reflex, just like.
Was it a not trusting? Do you think if you didn't gulp, you would have been okay?
No, I was okay. I was okay. I was more than okay, because I think that the flower just wanted it, It was a need. I did want to be nourished with this air.
Ah,
I don't think I was in danger or anything at any moment.
Right.
It felt just it felt unnatural. It felt strange because you breathe in and you breathe out. You breathe in, breathe out, and I was just breathing in.
Right. In the Bhagavad Gita, they have one place where they talk about a phase of meditation where the inward breath and the outward breath merge, and there's a suspension and a transcendence. That's what I was curious.
Mm-mm.
Very interesting.
Yes, and so it was really, and afterwards when we were done, I had this feeling of it was really, I was in a different place. I mean, it felt great, it's
Was it like ozone?
No, it was different. It was another level.
And you were saying that the preparation was taking place for months, the pressure you were feeling in your head?
Yes.
What was that pressure like during this experience?
I didn't feel the pressure during the experience because I opened the channel, That's why.
Right. Right. I remember when Richard got in the sauna, he said that without even thinking, the mantra I gave him popped into his head, being in the ozone environment. But you were very familiar with ozone. Do you think if you hadn't had all of the ozone over these particularly last 4 months, when you didn't even have alcohol, that you would have been as sensitive to this experience?
No, I don't think so.
So you think the ozone prepared you?
Yes.
How about other people in your group of today that were having this experience with you?
About them having ozone, or
just what was their experience, yours compared to theirs? Did you discuss it? Are you coming back tomorrow to discuss it? I can't imagine they're going to turn you loose on the street without giving you a little support.
But that's the thing. I was the only one who was talking about it, and also the woman who was guiding us. And so it was only us two talking about it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
She said she was kind of she said, well, it was great, and I had the impression that she was moved, something profound happened to her, and then I talked and I said that because that was my first time ever that I meditated, I was kind of dreading it because my idea of meditation is always someone is there and says, make your mind blank. Don't think about anything. I was dreading this because this is something that I cannot imagine. What do you mean, not think about anything? I have to visualize something.
Well, did you have this experience one at a time with this lady?
What do you mean?
Or did everybody in the room get the same instructions at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got the same instructions? But it appears that you were the one the most profoundly moved to talk about it, or they were so moved they couldn't even talk?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I seriously, I don't know, because when I was talking about my experience, everyone was listening and they were laughing, and but I had the feeling that it was all familiar to them. They were like, when I was saying that I had this shaking, say yeah, that's how it is, or something.
So you were the most articulate.
Yeah.
So they would agree with you after you expressed something, but nobody put forward a new idea that you would say, hey, I had that
because
too?
I think I was one of the new members there.
Oh, so they'd been through it before.
Right. There was they were like a group who has done it a couple of times.
When are you going to do it again?
I don't know, maybe Saturday or the meeting next week. Well, I can also do it now myself, you know? Like I was on the subway.
The camera's rolling. I'll just shut up and let you raise your Kundalini here for the viewers.
Yeah, but I don't know, I don't feel the need right now to...
But it's something you feel if you have the need, it's a reserve, a resource you could call upon.
No, you know, I was on the train when I was coming here. I was thinking about the chakras, and you notice the minute you think about them and you visualize them, right? It's happening.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like this calm overcomes you. And also when we finished after the meditation, I was in this place where I didn't have the need to talk. I was just sitting there. I was like, all is good. Everything's good. I didn't have the desire to do anything because I knew everything is now. You know, when there will be a need to say something, it will be said.
Right.
If there will be a need to do something, it will happen. You know? It was so...
Have you ever had this in your life?
You know, maybe, you know, when I was a kid, before I got infected with Lyme, or, you know, when I was 9 years old or something, and I was playing in the garden, and those were the happy days. Yeah, but this was much more intense, and it happened consciously, you know? Like, I triggered it myself, consciously.
You told me some months ago that ozone allowed you to see that you thought you had a psychological problem, but it was a physical problem, not enough oxygen. But you'd have to be around ozone to get enough. Yet you're describing something that seems anywhere you go, you can call upon this. So
yeah.
You're more self-sufficient.
No, definitely. No, I think it could have also happened without me ever doing ozone or without ever getting well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have taken longer. So I definitely feel that ozone has triggered that, you know, has sped it up.
Mm-hmm. You told me that ozone would alleviate fear. If people have fear and they have ozone, they might not have that fear.
Yeah, I feel that because fear, the state of fear, constant anxiety is one of the symptoms of Lyme, and ozone just knocks it out, you know. Knocks it out.
What about people who are in a state of fear because they're going to lose their house or their job or things like that? You'd say, boy, that's a really real fear. If they had either ozone or this Kundalini experience, what would you expect would happen? That the fear would go and they would just sort of dispassionately consider their situation?
No. Well, but I think...
be more effective, because fear doesn't really help you.
Exactly. I don't think that it's good to have fear no matter what, you know. So just because you have fear does not mean that you're doomed to die or, you know, doomed to become homeless, you know. You can, if you're in a dire situation and whether you're afraid of it or not, of the consequences, what's important is whether you do something about it, right?
Right.
And fear might even block more your actions, your
effectiveness to change a situation.
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have an anxiety that if they get artificially high, so to speak, they're not going to be realistic, and they're not going to attend.
The thing is, it's not artificial, you know. Artificial is maybe in conjunction with drugs, you know, but this is... Ozone is totally natural because it's a form of oxygen.
Right.
And the Kundalini, I mean, it's your innate power, your innate connection to the universe, to the creative force of the universe. So what could be more natural than that, you know?
We've gone over 28 minutes for my show, but do you have anything to say to tell viewers how they could do this? Just by watching you and listening to you? Can you give people some pointers? Some Kundalini raising pointers?
Study the chakras, and it's all about visualization, you know? When you can visualize it, then that's all you need.
Had you been doing this before today, visualizing?
No. Well...
Because you were studying, you said. You knew which colors and...
Well, yeah, so I knew which colors are which chakra, but was I like visualizing the chakras in my body? No.
No. But just why don't you run through it for the viewers?
Well, I don't even know whether I got them all right. Okay, so the bottom one, the root chakra, it's a red color. It connects you to the earth, to the core. Then you have the orange chakra beneath the navel. It's the power, the creative force. Then you have the
and you
sun.
just think about red and being connected to the earth, and then orange,
and then you have the sun chakra, which is above the navel. And so that's your power, the power of your of you.
Willpower.
Yeah, willpower, exactly.
Right, intention.
And then you have the solar plexus, which is the heart chakra. It's either pink or green. Green is more prevalent. And the heart chakra is very important. And so it's a compassion, love, and all that. And then you have the blue chakra, which is here at the bottom of your neck. It's blue, and it stands for communication. Then you have the third eye chakra, which is kind of purplish, purple-blue colored, and it stands for intuition. And then you have the crown chakra at the top of your head. The color is purple, violet, and that's a connection to your higher self, to the universe. Inspiration, right.
Do you feel that's why you were feeling pressure? You were being activated to your inspiration?
Yes.
Wow. Anything else?
No.